good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at King of VHS, VCR Synth by AudioKit Pro, and it's a banger. So let's go. Oh, what's going on? My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Yeah. Hopefully everything's good today. We've sorted out our microphone issues from yesterday. Good Lord, whatever was going on and all that stuff. Everyone good? Everyone happy? Yeah. Thanks, Leela, for dumping everybody over to this show. Fantastic effort from Leela, who just dumped everybody here. 700 subscribers. Wow. Awesome stuff. Congratulations, Leela. And it's really good to see you all. Let's say hello to you all and get this done and get into this great app because it is fantastic. Thomas Christ, Chad Freeman, Bonfire, who else? Tremor Bear, g'day. Leela, the aforementioned Bonfire, hello to you. Joe Glenn, g'day. Thank you, Joe. And Barry Brad Example says, hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Right on. Good stuff. Who else do I see? Pete Johns? Did I see Pete Johns somewhere? I think I saw Pete Johns. Thomas Christ. Thomas, thank you for slinging all the links and doing all the magic stuff that you do. Couldn't do it without you. Pete showed up on time. Well done. Bright and early. Matthew Fetcher is in the house. He is the developer of this amazing app. We're going to get into it in just a second. Dell, hello to you. Have I got everybody? Have I said hello to everybody? If I've missed you, Studio 6+1, g'day. I think I got most of you. All right, before I get into it, last night was the funeral of Russ's mum, Dot. It was full on. Some of us had invites to go and watch it. It will be available for people to watch in a day or so. It was very heart-wrenching. Russ's mum, if you don't know Dot, she's a massive, massive part of this channel. She was a part of the Roast series. I've interviewed her. She's an amazing woman, and sadly she passed away about a month ago. So, yeah, last night was the funeral. We're going to close today's show with a song for her. Just is what it is, you know. But let's get into today's app. Let me get this happening here. So, a little while ago, back in, I think it was 2022, there was a little app that was released by AudioKit Pro, and it basically took VHS sounds. So it basically took your VHS, took your synth sounds, put them through a VHS player, and you came out with some really, really interesting sounds. It was a bit of a hit. Everybody loved it. It was VHS Synth, came out from AudioKit Pro. It's very, very popular and just very unique. And recently some things happened. It got sold. I don't want to go into the minutiae of everything that's happened because people complained, people cried. There's a whole lot of drama. Basically, the app got sold for a new company, and they decided to add a subscription model to it. But if you already owned it, you didn't get hit with a subscription. There's some dodgy things with ad trackers following and stuff like that. Here's the deal. That app is still available, and if you already own it, you should still be able to use it. I used it yesterday, so that's cool. But there's a huge hole in the market for VHS synthesizers. Wasn't there, Matthew? A massive hole. You know what I mean? Those VHS synthesizers, they're not going to get played unless there's an app for people to play them. So, Matthew amazingly sprung this on us a week ago kind of thing. Hey, by the way, I've been working on this really cool app. Here you go. And I was able to get sent a beta copy of this. And, well, fuck me drunk if this thing's not awesome. If not, it is. It's way better than the old version. It's chalk and cheese. They're not even the same thing, really. So here we are today with our brand new King of VHS VCR Synth. And it is on sale at the moment for an absolutely ridiculous price of $3.99. It will go up. Even if it goes up, right? I don't even know what the price is going to be when it goes up. But when it goes up, guess what? It's still going to be worth every goddamn cent. This thing is sick. $3.99. If you're not already grabbing it, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so we're going to play a demo. We'll cover all the things that are in it, all the sounds and stuff, and it just sells itself. Yeah, that just is what it is. So I've got a little demo here of something I made. I could have gone really easy here and made some kind of chiptune thing, but that would be unchallenging, yeah? So let's have a play. I'll shut up, see what I made. Lots of fun. So we got a few of these running in this little project here. We got 5 of them running. Can you believe that? 5 of them running. Let's just stop that. So as you can see in this project, let's just show you what's in this so you know what's going on. We've got a couple of scalars. We've got a helium that's controlling some stuff as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 copies of King of VHS running. That's pretty good. And I'm running an M2 iPad, 44% on the old DSP at the moment. We're not playing anything. We're running some pretty powerful stuff here as well too. We've got Playbeat 4, which hogs a little bit of stuff there. We've got Hammerhead just to throw some kicks in there. What else is in there? We've just got a piano tech that's just for me to play along with. So dealing with all this stuff, plus a couple of scalars and helium, pretty damn good. What do you think? I think that's rad. So let's get in and have a look at how this thing works, shall we? I'm going to clear this out of here. Hopefully I saved that. I think I did. And we'll create a brand new audio track in here. Let's do King of VHS. So if you've used any of the King of apps from AudioKit Pro, then you will know this look, yeah? It's a very similar look. Hello, Falcro, g'day. So it's a very similar look to everything else. The one thing that has returned, which is cool, is our little man over here. So we've got a little animated character. I have to bring him up. So each of the King of apps has a little character that does its little animation and stuff. And this time, I don't know who that is. It's probably every single geek that's ever touched a computer right there and into synths. Who knows? It's probably just Matt Fetcher himself. So on this page, how do I get here? This is a little I button up the top here. So when I click this, it gives you some information. And it also has hidden over here. So I touched up the top here. This MIDI mapping section for you to do your MIDI mapping. It's just hidden away over there, just so you know, so you can go crazy with MIDI mapping. It's very, very impressive stuff. Just going to close that out, come back over here. So the other thing that's really, really cool, it's kind of you. I was hoping it was a Stranger Things kid. There you go. So the one really cool thing about this app is accessing screens. So it's a little bit different than the standalone version, but you'll notice whatever's on top here. So if I touch this VCR screen, a button up here, everything underneath is going to change. It's going to cycle through everything else that's listed. Now, if I hit the OSC page, it's going to change this top section to the oscillator section. Now, every time I touch this, everything underneath changes. So just so you're very clear on that, if I want the sequencer is going to stay on top. Every time I touch the sequencer, every other option will be underneath and available for me to mess around with, or VCR. So that is the best way I've found to get yourself around. What do we have? Pretty much a VCR. So this is the top. So you've got a volume, lo-fi, and the VCR tape. So this has got some depth, speed, and noise. We'll cover this in a second. You've got your oscillator page, this section here. So just focus here up the top. We've got modulation, 1, 2 LFOs, and 2 filters here. Plus there is a third LFO when you tap up here. This little button up the top corner gives you a third LFO to boot. So you've got 3 LFOs, already way more than the original VHS synth. And you've got some effects here as well. So we've got mono for legato and glide, heat, tremolo, phaser, and of course the sequencer that is available in all of the AudioKit Pro apps, or the king of all these apps. So you should be fairly used to it if you've got one of these apps. Preset page, exactly the same. You've got categories over here, so you can browse by categories, search all the ARPs, the bass stuff, pads. You can go and search exactly how you want. Have you tried tapping the LCD panel in the middle of the main page? I don't know, have I? This. You mean this here? What does that do? Has less LCD panel visualizations because of the VC. Oh, so you can turn these off. That's what you can do. Right. So I need to connect a keyboard, don't I? That would be helpful. And I need some sound. Right, so when you touch it, you get a less readout. Okay, so visualizations, I should say. So when you tap on it, you've got more visualizations. I'm just going to jump over to here. Nice. How do we get to a init preset? Let me just show you here, just in case you're looking for it. There's a couple of ways. You can actually search for the init preset, or you can come over here to user bank when you're in your presets and just click, and there will be a user preset. So you can select that if you want to get back to a clear setup. Let's talk about what's in here on the side. So you can check all your presets, alphabetical order. When you add favorites, you can add those here as well. You've got a VCR starter kit. You've got DMT Sematics, who've dropped some presets also. Or you've got the VHS Synth starter, VHS OP starter, your user bank that you start off with. Jacob Hack has added some sounds in here as well too. They're really rad. The GarageBand guide. Now, there's a whole bunch of presets in here from the GarageBand guide. Now, these were originally made for the original VHS synth, so they've just been ported over, and I hear that maybe there'll be some more added to this. This is my rough. I'm not going to show you all mine. They're on my other iPad, but I moved a few more over here. So I'm working on banks as well too. I just grabbed a couple from my other iPad that I've been working on. You can make your own packs very easily. How to do so? How do we do this? How do you make your own pack? Well, create a brand new bank. Create a brand new bank over here. And there's your new bank, gets added into this corner. We can come over and name this whatever the hell we like. So we can just delete this, show demo. Now, why am I telling you how to do all this? Because it is worthwhile. And when you create a brand new bank, it will put an in-app preset in there for you, right? So now you can just start making your own tones. So let's just quickly make something. If I come over here to our VCR, let's just add a couple of different sounds randomly. That's what I'm going to do. And just here. For example, we've made a new sound here, and if I want to save this to my pack, well, guess what we can do? There is a little disk over here. We can hit save, and then you can find that pack over here. You can see I've got show demo selected, and I can give this a name, whatever I want to call this. Call this demo 1. I can decide where to put it, what category, unidentified, ARP, sequences, bass, epic pads, all this kind of stuff. We've got plucks in here, so I'm going to choose pluck. Hit save, and now when we pop over here to our show demo, there is there's our new pack. So very easy to build a pack. Why is this cool? Because you can export packs as well too. So if I wanted to export my pack here of Jade Starr, I can click this little button over here, the little arrow in the box going up, and I can save this to files and then send my pack to anybody. So you can take people's packs, import them, very easy to import. All you got to do is hit import. It'll take you to the place where you've saved it, or you can go wherever it is. It'll be a little JSON file like so sitting, I think that's it. Yeah, that's the file. And then you just import it, and that will bring your sound banks in here. You can reorder this stuff. You've got a whole lot of options over here. Even when you're making sound packs, when you come over here, so we've got this demo here, you can come over here and write whatever you want in here too. So you might want to say, this is a demo from my pack, and hit save, and hit save again just to make sure. And now whenever you click on this particular patch, it's going to have this information up here as well. So you can add some information up there. You can customize this stuff to however you want. So I think most of what we need to cover in the patch bay searches, huge search area. So if I just type, something like a bass in here, hit search, you can see I've been given all the bass stuff. And the beautiful thing is, I don't need to touch anything. I can keep this screen up, tap what I want, and try it. Okay, I like that. I'm going to hit done. So that is now the bass that we've chosen, which is this one over here. Yeah. Wicked stuff. You've got a randomization die over here too. Let's just hit that for some fun. Hit it again. Now, I'm pretty sure when you hit a randomization, it's choosing patches. Maybe Matt can confirm that for me. Okay, I'm going to come back over here to this little show demo we've started, And let's just get back to our initial patch. Let's talk about the sounds that are in here. 400 brand new samples for this app. So that's for 40 new multi-sampled PCMs, over 160 multi-sampled PCM instruments in total. So thousands of high-quality VCR VHS recorded samples, 3 LFOs, built-in synth engine, which is integrated from the other King of Digital, step sequencer, written from the ground up. There's so many sounds, you will just get lost, and it's beautiful. We've also got Brian Funk is back with some of his libraries as well too, which are available on they're on other platforms, but they've been incorporated into this as well. Hello, Jenny Cholavey and Will Agent 907. So many sounds, it is just utterly ridiculous. And let's have a look. So let's run through all the sections and we'll make something at the end and get the scoot out of here. So as I said, the top section here, the VCR, you've got a volume. Yeah, so you can control your volume. This is really good to pay attention to, because this is, if you're making your own patches, you're going to want to get your volumes between the patches in your banks to sound very close to the same levels. There's nothing worse than clicking through preset packs and they're all different volumes and you're like, what the fuck? So, you know, this is really handy, used in conjunction with the oscillator section and your levels for each of these. On this page, we've got a lo-fi. We can turn this on. You can automatically hear what's going on there. We've got that lo-fi, that almost ring modulation sound going there. You've got a mix. And you've got a crush, so a bit crusher, I should say, a ring modulator. Because essentially this is lo-fi. This is taking a whole bunch of really cool clean sounds and then putting them through a VHS recorder, grubbying them up, filthying them up, and getting them grubby. So your crush dial won't work unless your lo-fi is turned on. VCR tape, let's turn this on. Let's move to our stereo widen. We'll come back. Stereo widen. So you can hear that straight away. Turn it on and off. Everything's just that little bit wider. We've got an auto pan. So you can hear that panning back and forward. Hopefully you got headphones on. We've also got a delay in here, and everything just needs to be activated with the little light. There's your delay. Now that's going to work over both sounds here. So if you've got two sounds running, that's a universal kind of delay there. Reverb. Huge reverbs. Got your mix button, you got a low cut, you want to take out some of that rumble. So nice, sexy reverb. Let's bounce over to the oscillator section. Now, you've got two options here for using your layers. You've got two layers. They can be mixed. You've got a mixed dial in the middle. Again, very similar to the other AudioKit King of apps. You can click here to choose one of the many samples. And you've got 3 sections here to be able to choose from, yeah? So VH Synth, VH OP1 and VCR Synth that you can choose from. You can randomize if you want. So that's pretty cool. Let's take that one out of here. Now, not only can you choose from the sounds that you have, if you click this button next to each one of these, you are given the choice to use all your favorite oscillations, yeah? So not only do you have the power of all these amazing sounds, but you've got oscillators as well to go absolutely balls deep on. I'm going to unlink this. Let's put a bit of an attack. So very easy to make a pad sound with this sound here. And then if we bring back in our other sound over here. And this mix button, you can really, decide what sound's overpowering what. And take some of this attack back. So you can customize both sides, whatever you want, oscillators or the massive range of sounds. Now with both of these two, let's just stick with the oscillators for a minute. We'll bring this attack down. You can change the level, right? So both the controls are the same either side. Change the level, tuning, an octave up and down either way. You can fine tune, double tap to bring anything back, and you've got panning as well. And this works, as I said, on both sides. Okay, so underneath these oscillators or places that you place to choose your presets or your other samples in here, you have, of course, ADSR. You have two ADSRs. You can link them together by hitting this button, and then whatever you change in the first ADSR will affect both, or you can turn it off and have separate ADSRs. So I might want to make this this first one have a slower attack. Now we can bring back in this one. Pretty simple stuff there. Let's move to our modulation section. Now what's really cool is if we stay here on this, as I said at the start of the show, tap, and we can scroll through all these and get what we want underneath instead of going to a separate tab. So now I have the modulation section underneath this oscillator section. So now we can start using an LFO. And as I said, there's 3 LFOs. So we're just focusing on the bottom half down here. Turn on the LFO. We've automatically got movement, and like all of the previous apps, you can send this wherever the fuck you want. So let's send it to our first LFO. We'll send it, and the way to find stuff, the best way to find stuff, if you want to send something out, is go and have a look at it. So I'm going to bounce. So right now, I want to send this to the fine tuning of this one here. So you're going to look for, when you search, F. I'm pretty sure that's the way it rolls. A, C, D, E, F, G, H, F. Is it? No, we've got to look for. We've got to look for these. Get it right, Jade, you dickhead. I'm looking for layer 1. So you got to look for layer 1 or layer 2, and there's your F. So layer 2, layer 1. There you are. Layer 1. We want layer 1 fine tune. Give it to me. There it is there. Layer 1 fine tune. Also good. There's a magnifying glass. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, to search. There you go. Yeah. So there's a search button. Search buttons are everywhere. So that's cool. So now you'll notice this LFO destination has moved to this fine tune section. So let's close this. And now I can come into my heart's content, slow this down, change the amount, move this fine tune. So now we're going to get a little bit of LFO action, just slowly fine tuning. And LFOs can be sent anywhere. So each LFO has 2 destinations as well. So I might want to send this one down here. We might want to send it to this filter, which is the L1 filter. So let's come down here and we'll add cutoff L1. And now we have this one animating as well. So we can pull this back a little bit, and they're both running off the same LFO. So 2 slots per LFO. In fact, let's change this to the, I'm going to change this to the res. Let's do that. Res 2, which is our RS1. Essentially, you can send an LFO to anywhere you want. The controls for both these, so you can see LFO 1 and 2 here. You can change from sine waves, squares, triangles. You can sawtooth, all that stuff. You can change up the top here of each of these. And to find how they're running, you can see over here. So LFO mode is running in free or restart. One shot. So you can see when every time I hit a note, it restarts. So you've got those options as well. One shot, free, and you can find these down here. Easy peasy peasy. As I said, we've got 2 filters. Let's add it to this one. Just going to add some volume to this. So all your filter needs are here. Now we've got these linked, so you can turn these off and have separate filters here. That's completely up to you. So much customization, it's utterly ridiculous. So let's move on. I think we've covered that. Let's flick over here. So this is our effects rack. You'll notice if I click on effects, we've got up the top here now, we've got mono, heat, tremolo. If I come back to our oscillator and just tap this a few times, we're going to get the same thing down here. I just find it much easier to do this. We've got a mono, legato, you've got your glide. Pretty standard stuff, yeah, absolutely standard stuff. Heat, let's talk about heat. I'm just going to take off this, kill this resonator. Now heat adds exactly what it says. A bit of filth there for you to play around with. Let's turn off that. I'm just going to choose from here. Just choose one of Jacob's sounds. There we go. Tremolo. So you can hear that. There's no on button for the tremolo. You've got a rate button, dial button. G'day, Cam G, mate. What's happening? Pause and guitars. Hello, hello. We've got a phaser. Turn on. And with the phaser, we've got speed, feedback, and a notch. Down the bottom here, we've got a harmonic filter. And attached to that harmonic filter is a filter envelope as well. We've gone past our halfway point today and I need to do the ad. So let's do that right now. You can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber or by skipping the ad and coming back afterwards. The ad, did I run it? I think so. It has been run. There we go. You may or may not get an ad. Tomorrow, what's coming up? I'll let you know what's coming up tomorrow while we're just waiting in case some people get an ad. It's this thing. Sculptor by Bramboss and Heinbach. So we're taking a look at that tomorrow. Let's come back over here and continue on. So there all your stuff on that section. If we hit oscillator again, I'm just going to come in here and create, let's just do a brand new patch. Okay. In fact, over here, I'm going to do a search for a piano. Let's do that. Maybe this one. Yeah, I like that. So we also have a step sequencer. So you can get to the step sequencer by clicking the sequence button, yeah, or by keeping wherever you have up top and just keep clicking. That sucks. Until you get the sequencer underneath, like so. Turn on the sequencer, hit play, and you don't need to hit play. Hold down your key, and our sequencer is off. So you can come in here to the sequencer and change it to whatever you want. We can go like a 3. Let's do a 5 in here. Let's go down to a -3 here. What do we got running at? So you can choose your steps, however many steps you want. Let's hit play now. You can gate this by turning down the gate. You cut off those extra long notes. And you can decide to send this to either one destination or the other. So I'm going to keep this on destination 1. You can lock the sequence. So if you change presets, you'll keep your sequence going. You can clear the sequence at any time down here. Let's just add in choose something else up here. Let's choose this lead. And now we've got a sequence running for this first one here, and this one is just playing. And you can mix these layers. Let's go in and add some reverb, bit of delay, stereo width. So you can see how easy it is to make something. Like, how quick was that? So quick. And I can just go in and save this now into my new patch bay. We'll call it like a sequence. And let's just rename this. We'll call it demo 2. Save. Thank you, Matthew, for doing so. For that, that's very nice of you. So these are our sections: oscillator, modulation, FX, sequencer. But wait, there is more. Because over here, as I mentioned earlier, we've got another button here, and this, I think you can only get to it by coming over here, yeah? So what I'm going to do is, if I keep tapping this though, it gives me underneath whatever I need on the screen at the one time. So very, very handy. I'm just going to bring this over to this one, just so we can see what files we have here. But in this little section here, we've got our third LFO. You can turn this on. Again, 2 destinations. You've got your free mode, tempo sync, all this kind of stuff in here. 432 tuning, reset your tuning. You can change your tuning up here. You can add a chorus if you want. There's a chorus hidden over here. Also, keyboard mapping. This is very, very cool. We can decide where we want this to go. So I could say come in here and change the mapping of the keyboard to half the keyboard being layer 1, half the keyboard being layer 2. So I can come in and say, let's just put this at 79. Yeah, done. And this can be 80 to the rest. Just to show you what's happening there. So when I hold down a key all the way down this side, we're only getting layer 1 playing. Now if I hold down the C across the other side of the keyboard, we've got a split keyboard. You can control your pitch bend over here as well too for layer 1, layer 2. Have a global pitch bend setting. Let's just come over here, change this back to 127. Done. And this one back to 0. Easy peasy beneasy. MIDI panic right up the top there. See this one with the cross on it? If you've got a problem, things are locked. You hear that just cuts it off for a stuck MIDI note. Over here, we've got mod wheel destination. So you can come in here and go pretty mad with this stuff. So the vibrato, layer mix, cutoff, tremolo, and you can decide the upper bounds of the pitch bend and lower bounds. So a whole lot of options there for the mod wheel. And we covered this little button over here, which has your MIDI mapping as well. And you can go and contact the developer if there's a bug. If there's a bug, go and contact Matt. Right? Don't go and leave a shitty review. That's not cool. So Lots and lots of really awesome sounds in this. It is fucking mint. I remember when I first got it, opened it up and was just like, what? This is, there's so many good sounds in here. This is the original VHS synth on absolute and utter steroids. Let's run through some packs, shall we? So we'll go through just the kick off with the VCR starter and just... Even that sound alone is just bonkers good. I do love a lot of the ones with pads and sequences happening. So there's a whole lot of effects in here as well too, like from the VCRs, much like the original app. Now, of course, I'm not going to have time to go through all the sounds in here because, I mean, if you haven't already bought it, you're bonkers. DMT Somatics has put in some sounds here. They make great sounds, so some nice drones in here. I mean, there's something for everybody, yeah? Scotty Butters, hello, and a valid core. Can I synth my VHS copy of First Blood? Yeah, I guess you can if you want. So we've got some starter ones in here too. Obviously, I'm not going to go through them. And you may remember these from the original. So this is the VHS OP pack. So very easily just added a sequence to oscillator 2. So not only can you build stuff from absolute scratch, but if you're new to sound design and all that kind of stuff, use a preset and then develop from there. I mean, there's the amount of sounds is not to be sneezed at. I mean, look at what's in these banks. So you've got these 3 banks here. You're not going to run out of sound effects. Trust me on that. Plus, you've got all the oscillator sounds. I'm going to bounce over to Jacob Hack's pack here, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of really nice pads in here. And I think that's pretty much everything. We'll go out just by making some kind of droney horror kind of thing with it. But just to let you know that I have a pack. This isn't the full pack here. And I'm going to have it ready in the next couple of days and send this off. Maybe if I'm good, I'll send this off. If I'm a good bitch, Matthew will allow this to be added in one of the next updates. So let me play you this sound. And I'm just going to load up a keyboard here, external keyboard down here. This is Surface. And pretty much this is a droning, wavy kind of thing. Wow. This is a great app. You should be getting it. If you're not, maybe I'll have some giveaways on the Patreon. I made a drone kind of thing before we kicked off, so we'll go out playing this. This app is very wonderful, and like all the AudioKit Pro apps, if there's an issue, reach out to our developer and Matt, and he will sort it. He will sort it. He's really good with these apps. He's the real AudioKit Pro. So, what was I going to do? I was going to do something else here. I was just going to play this drone for a second. Let's have a bit of a play. Brad asks, what's the difference between a VCR and a VHS? A VCR is your video cassette recorder, and a VHS is the type of cassette that goes in. So you had Betamax and VHS. They were the two types that were competing for space, and obviously VHS won out. Betamax was for people who were rich and all that jazz. So, quickly, let's do the thing. You ready for the thing? I'm doing the thing right now. $3.99 on the App Store. Works on iOS devices, iPad, and iPhones. And I haven't had a single crash yet, so there's that. Take that as you will, but you know, devices are all different, and if you do find something, reach out. Happy days. This thing is rad. Go and get it. You know, VHS beat Betamax. I thought it was because it was cheaper to make. Because Betamax is still used, I think, in production these days because of the higher quality and all that, and the giant tapes. All right, we're going to do something a little bit different. Russ, Beta didn't allow porn. There we go. So as I said at the top of the show, Russ's mum passed away about 3-4 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever. Her funeral was yesterday, last night. I'm going to go out and play the song that she had opened up for her funeral by Russ. Concord, this one's for you, Dot. We miss you, Dot. You were a massive part of my show. And we love you, Dot. Anyway, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Stay awake. Let's Oge. Thank you, Matthew, for being here as well. We miss you, Dot. All right. See you tomorrow.